Hey guys, up next we are recapping Project Runway Junior, episode 6 from season 2, and we have special guest Chelsea Ma with us. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome, AfterBuzz and Project Runway fans. We are here to recap our Project Runway Junior, episode 6 of season 2. And I'm here with our special guest, Chelsea Ma.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
And co-host Cameron.
Hello, it's Carmen. What's up, guys?
So we are super excited to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
And so we have a whole bunch of questions for you guys.
Okay.
I'm your host, Michelle Uberreste, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste. If you guys have questions for Chelsea, please tweet us.
Yes.
And where can everybody find you?
And you can find me at my Instagram, Chelsea_Ma, my Twitter, probably Chelsea_Ma, and my Facebook, it's probably Chelsea_Ma.
And you guys can find me at Carmen Cameron on Instagram or Carmen Cameron on Facebook.
Right on. So let's talk about you, Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
First thing I guess I want to know is, like, what got you interested in fashion?
I actually started watching Project Runway when I was 7 with my mom, and I would just like stay up and watch it with her, and then I eventually fell in love with it, but I didn't start till I was 12, like sewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your first garment?
A really ugly skirt.
Was it?
Yeah, it took me about 2 weeks to make, but it was a really ugly gathered skirt.
Okay.
Out of really horrible, ugly cotton. Yeah, and I never wore it.
You never
Do you still have
wore
it?
I do not still have it, but the second thing I made was this really pretty dress, and I do
Nice.
still have it.
See,
Yeah.
practice makes perfect.
Yes.
And so what kind of, because you know you have this aesthetic of kind of this futuristic ninja spy, what kind of, you know, gave you the inspiration, like how did you start developing that kind of aesthetic?
Honestly, it was like when we first got into like the park, and then they were just like, be inspired, and the first thing I saw was like the tunnel area, and I like that's the only thing I thought of. And I feel like, I don't know, I was like in a very like assassin mood. I was like, I'm gonna kick ass in this competition.
Yeah.
So I thought of like a ninja, and then from there I just
But your whole
loved
aesthetic
it.
is very, like, I feel like you developed it before you were on the show, you know?
Yeah, I always loved really like sporty vibes. I always loved making like women feel like super powerful
Yeah.
and super
Nice.
like edgy and just
It comes through in your work.
thank you.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I just
For
make
sure.
stuff that I would want to wear, but I don't wear because I'm just like, I can't pull that off. Yeah.
So what city are you from originally?
LA.
LA, okay.
Well, yeah, LA.
So how has growing up in LA inspired the way you design clothes?
I think I'm a lot more yeah, I have no I don't
Maybe
know.
not.
I don't know if it has.
Uh-huh.
Like, I get a lot of my inspiration actually from other designers, and that's kind of, I just like, because I used to like watch the show and then I would look at looks and then I would just like remake it in my head, and that's how I kind of got into designing. I'm getting really
Nice.
red right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
We love you, so there's no
I
reason
know.
to.
Okay.
And so, how did you learn to sew? Were your parents teaching you? You just taught yourself?
I first learned by YouTube, and then when I wanted to get
Wow.
really serious, I told my parents, I was like, trust me, let's get a teacher, I want to go into this, and then from there, she really helped
Nice.
me, and then I learned everything.
Cool.
love
And how old are you
it.
now?
I'm 15.
Okay, so
All
3
right.
years you've
So
been.
3 years, yeah.
That's not much.
Wow.
No, on the show it was only 2 years, so well, 2.5. So my technical skills were like below, I think like below most of the other designers. So I was really struggling with time management and like fabric shopping and just all this other stuff.
Really?
That's so amazing.
That shocks me because I feel like your construction's quite good.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here blown away. Like, okay, these new millennials are. You guys
yeah.
are really. Man,
Yeah.
it's amazing to see what you guys can do, but just to hear that you've only been doing this for 3 years and to find yourself on a platform like Project Runway, do you know how incredible that is?
Yeah.
Well, now I do.
I understand how incredible that is.
I don't think it hit me, but then everyone was like, "That's so cool," and I was like, "Is it? Is it so cool?"
Yes,
Apparently
it's very
awesome.
cool. Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
an amazing experience.
I mean, we were kind of talking last week. I'm just always like impressed that young people are doing things with their hands, like not just sitting on social media, not just, you know, taking things for, you know, granted, but they're like actually learning things like that, because I feel like it's kind of far in between.
It's that it's interesting me asking you, okay, how does your city or where you're from influence your style? Because now, we were just speaking of this, a lot of people are influenced by social media. Like, we learn from technology nowadays. Like, this is cool. Like, you can get on YouTube and learn how to sew good enough to make Project Runway.
Right.
It's very interesting.
I think it's good you're here too. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, especially in like LA, where Hollywood is, where like I have fabric stores actually.
Yeah.
I have Mood, I have Joann's, I have everything, and so it's really cool. Yeah.
And so is this something that you want to pursue like as a career?
I definitely want to like. Well, I mean, every designer, I feel like it's always their dream to have like their own house, like House of Chelsea Vaughn. So like that's the goal. But like whatever happens, I'm gonna kind of just like go with the flow and
To get there.
Yeah, and make the best of it.
Nice.
But you want to be a designer. Like,
I want to have the House of Chelsea.
Yes, I know, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, I
love it.
Do you have a plan? Like, I'm gonna go to like fashion school, or I'm gonna like intern, or like, do you have you? I know this is still far in the future for you, but have you thought about? I mean,
I have thought I want to go to like fashion school. I think I might do something in LA first, and then I want to transfer to something in New York, and then I actually want to do like international programs.
I think you should.
Yeah, I want to go to like Central Martins, I think that's how you say it, and then I want to go to like Japan, and they have a really cool program there.
Nice.
Japan would love your stuff.
Yeah.
They love
Yes.
like that fun, vibe of dressing.
And ninjas like in Japan. Like exactly.
That's awesome.
I always
Thank
wanted to
you.
go to the Paris American Design Academy. Have you ever heard of that? It's like right in the heart of Paris.
No, but there's a bunch.
a
I
dream.
haven't
It's a dream of
specifically
mine.
heard of that, but yeah, I know a couple of people who've studied like in Paris, and it's also really like the level of
Design.
excellent. Yeah, it's just
like, oh well, that's my little dream.
Sketching next
Not
to the
too
Eiffel
late.
Tower.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be
Who
so
doesn't
cool.
want to do it?
Yeah.
you never know. It's not too
never
late.
know.
Never too late.
We can go now.
They say I heard
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vera
let's go
Wang
now.
designed her first dress at 40.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
so big.
Right.
Yeah, she's like my idol. She's like my fashion idol. So
I love it.
I'm telling you. I mean, it's great to start early though too, because like I was into fashion when I was your age, but I wasn't doing anything serious.
Right.
And like when I was growing up, people didn't say, yeah, fashion's a thing you can do for your career. So I
Right.
started late too.
Right.
You know, not like 40, but like.
And look at you made Project Runway as well.
Yeah, and I was 29 at the time. So,
Nice.
yeah, so I mean,
Amazing.
Project Runway.
you
This
can
is
do.
you guys are very inspiring.
I mean, you can do anything you want to do at whatever age you want to. Like, you're 95, you want to become a doctor, then just
Do
do
it.
it.
Right.
Do
Just
it.
Do it.
Start
Yes.
pursuing your dreams. Do it. Yeah.
Okay, so do you sell any of your clothes online or in boutiques or anything like that? Or
I have finally stopped procrastinating. I've got my work done, and I'm gonna have merch up on my website,
Cool.
chelseamod.com. You should all
Yes.
go check it out.
Yes.
By next week, probably Monday. And if you guys want to see something,
cool.
Right
Yeah.
now?
ChelseaMod.com.
I'm excited.
Okay. Well, the first one's just like a basic T-shirt. Ah, the struggle's real. The first one's just like a basic T-shirt, but it's like a ninja.
I love it.
Yes.
Now, did you draw this ninja
I
yourself?
did on
love it.
Photoshop.
Yes.
Bring your T-shirt over that way. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
The T-shirt is here, and then the back says stealth mode because I was like,
Oh,
that could
yes.
be cool.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then the second one, I have this pink sweater I'm actually wearing right now, so it's just like pink, and then the back is like
Come on, stand up. Let us see it.
Yes.
it's like stealth mode in the back, and then I also have a black version, and I also have. If any of you remember what Chris said when he was like, I'm scared of pretty people, they scare me, I'm a potato. Well, you don't have to be scared of being a ninja, because ninjas can also be
Sweet.
Oh, so
potatoes can be
cute.
ninjas.
I love it.
Does
so,
Chris have this shirt?
He's going to. I'm
Okay.
going to send it over to him. Yeah.
so not
is
only
great.
are you a designer, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Yes.
your own business. This is awesome.
A business that I have not yet done anything to, but
No.
Yeah.
It'll do fine. This was the smartest thing you could do. When you have a
Seriously.
platform like this,
Right,
always
yeah.
prepare a product to sell because it's an awesome platform.
Yeah, it's the best because honestly, you get so much like experience from the show. You get like a fan base. People actually like love what you do, do. They follow you, and you can, like, you know, I feel like you should use it. Like, do what you can.
For sure. That's definitely the right way to look at it.
Yeah, do what you can.
And take the momentum from the show afterwards, too, and just run and keep doing it.
As much as I can.
For sure. Ooh. And so, I have a couple of questions about the show.
Oh, spill the tea. Yeah.
I'm actually just curious how, like, your version varies, you know, from the regular version, because you guys are kids. Are they giving you, like, less time to work?
Honestly, I feel like, I don't know what it is on the adult show, but I feel like they're giving us less time, because you know how they give you a day, but that's actually, like, 10 to 12 hours. It's not that much.
Right.
And then the next day, on the adult show, I feel like they used to give them 2 hours in the morning to get ready. They only give us 1 now. So it's essentially half an hour to finish everything, get your finishings done, and then dress your model, because they come in a half an hour later.
Which makes it even harder to get anything done.
This week, I think you guys got 30 minutes at Mood.
Yeah, we
30 minutes at
Mini Mood.
Mini Mood,
which was horrible.
Yeah,
right. That's
we should ask you about that too.
Yeah, Mini Mood.
So we've had Mini Mood the second time now. Is it all the same fabrics?
Everything's the same. There's no new fabric.
It's just mini.
Yeah, it's really small.
Go with the junior.
I don't know who's picking the fabrics out there. Like, I feel like it's an intern who doesn't know anything.
I think it's a
or
challenge
just, like,
to make you work with horrible things, though. I think it's a part of the challenge.
It is a challenge,
isn't it?
Yeah,
because a fabric can make a garment.
Exactly.
So you can kind of cheat like that.
When you can't say, I'm gonna use green neoprene because they're not gonna have every rainbow color of neoprene there.
Yeah, like, and did you see, like, Chris loves using prints, and then all there was were, like, these plaids and, like, this weird, this graphic print that I use.
Yeah.
And then that was, like, the extent of pretty prints.
So you have to be even more creative in a limited time. What about, like, the living situation? Do you guys actually stay in an apartment all together?
Yeah,
where are your parents?
Okay, we do not stay. Where are your parents? Our parents do legally have to be with us. We can't just, like, go off with the wind. But we stay with our parents, but we're all in separate rooms. But yeah.
So you're still in high school, correct?
Yes, I am in 10th grade.
Did you get, like, tons of people like, can you design my prom dress for me?
No, actually, people come up to me and they'll be like, I heard you're on TV. And I'll be like, yeah. And they're like, I heard it's a Disney Channel show. And I'm like, no. That's wrong. Yeah. But a lot of people have been really interested, and they've been watching the show, and I got them into it, and now they're like, oh my gosh, I'm Team Chelsea.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. So what is it like being on TV and then going to school? Like, what's a day like?
Oh, it's like, because I'm so used to, like, being on TV and feeling important. And, and so when I go back to school, it's like, I'm just like another potato in a field of potatoes again. Just like a more famous potato.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
I know what you mean. But you know what? It's you can feel that way, but it's not true. Like, you're still awesome.
Thank you.
Whether you're on TV or not. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. What else? Do you have other questions about the show?
Oh, man. I mean, I have 1,000 questions about the show, but, Michelle, she caught me off guard.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm turning red.
Who are your good, like, everybody has, like, their friends.
Gosh.
Who's your circle of friends on the show?
I've been asked that like 10,000 times. I'm friends with everyone, but, you know, the squad I hang out with when we're not filming is definitely Chris, Renee, Hawa, and Izzy. But Renee left early, so I was, like, sad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're the people that always go out and do stuff like eat food, shop, spill the tea.
Spill the tea.
Yeah.
We know you can't spill too much tea legally.
I know, yeah.
And yeah, and you guys all keep in touch. I know we FaceTime with Chris right before the show.
We have a group chat, and then so we have a group chat with everyone, and then I have a group chat with them, and then with a couple other people. Yeah, so we definitely keep in touch, and we FaceTime as much as we can.
So cool. I've watched shows like there's a show called Little Miss Atlanta. Don't ask. Have you seen it?
I've seen commercials for it.
Yeah, my friend was a producer on that show, and the show was hilarious. And you got to see the parents turn into, like, momagers and, like, momagers from hell type situations. Is there anything like that happens with Project Runway where people feel like, you know, my kid should have won today, or, you know? Or is that something that we can't talk?
The crazy parents. There are I think there are parents that think that in their head, of course. I feel like every parent thinks their child should win, but nobody was like yelling at the producers, change this, my child.
Right.
Like no one was like crazy.
Right.
But
I think those people were cast on that show to be crazy.
I know,
though,
I feel
so
like
that's
they
the whole
looked
thing.
for those people.
Right, but just wondering if that really happens, on these competitions.
Not that I know.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I feel like for you guys, I mean, on regular Project Runway, obviously the designers form a bond and everybody's pretty cool, but I feel like we see more of you guys like being super nice to each other, and it's less of like, it's not so catty, and you know what I mean? Which is great.
Yeah, we're not trying to kill each other.
Do you
all
feel
the
like
time.
that's true?
Right.
So when we first met each other, we didn't know anybody. So meeting for the first time, we instantly became like best friends with everybody. We were all just like one happy family. So when the first episode came and they were like, you're eliminated, we all started crying and it was like really bad. And so we are one big family. But in the end, like people have to go, and after a while, you kind of just get used to it. But you're still like really sad. Yeah.
And what do you?
I know Akai was pretty like sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was
that was
really
a hard one.
That was a difficult.
That was probably the worst.
It was
one.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was a rough.
Is he the youngest one on the cast?
It was either Kai or Ruby. I'm not sure who was younger.
Oh
though.
yeah, Ruby was pretty
Yeah.
young too. Yeah.
So
She was so early on, I forgot. But
You
yeah.
know what I love to see when you guys get challenges that seem a little like this week there was date night, right?
I know. I'm just like.
And then it's like, what do
like
you
so
wear on a
adult.
date?
Yeah,
Right.
I know,
And it
I'm
was
just
so
like-
cute watching you guys trying to figure out what happens on a date.
Or like what a working woman wears to
Right.
like switch it up at night or something.
Right. At 15 though, you have to know this at 15.
Yeah.
yeah. And so they're just like, make a date night look, and I'm just like, I have no love life. My love life is so sad.
Just start with love life.
Yeah. Just like, so I eventually just made her a cat dress, and then she loved it. So yeah, it was all good. It was all good. Yeah.
Right on. Do you feel like what do you feel like you've learned from being on the show or from the other designers?
I think so, like technicalities. Oh my gosh, tongue twisters. But I learned so many things from other designers, like how to use certain machines, actually, how to do certain stitches, like patterns, just like things like how to take things off the mannequin without ripping my outfit apart. Just like little things like that, and then just design details. Like when you look at your own work, you think it's good, but then when someone else sees it, they can be like, "This is trash," and then you kind of just learn to look from someone else's point of view and be like, "Oh, maybe this does suck." So like that.
I feel like that's one of the hardest parts to listen to the critique, because even like on my show, there's people much older than you that had a hard time taking critique.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I was watching it when watching the episode from last night, and I'm wondering, I wonder if this is damaging to be this young
I
and
was
have to
too.
receive this type of critique.
Yeah.
I think
Because it can scorn you.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not quite as mean as Michael Kors.
Yeah, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Like I feel like
Thank
Kelly,
God you didn't have to.
Kelly especially is really supportive, but I feel like all the designers are very careful about how they say things to you guys.
Yeah,
More
they're
so.
just like
but-
more criticism and less like attacking the outfit. They're always like, what can you do to make it better, instead of your look just looks ugly.
Which I think is more constructive, really.
Yeah, they're a lot more constructive.
On the regular Project Runway, they're like, we don't like it, we hated it, it's awful. What
It
is
looks
this
like
thing?
a
It's terrible.
nurse's
It's inside
outfit.
out, it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like, oh my goodness, like
I just love like it looks like a nurse's outfit that got dragged through the swamp. And
right, right, with a straight face, looking you dead in your eye.
It's funny, but yeah, it's pretty rough sometimes.
Right.
But
It's
you also have to be like, I'm proud of what I did, or I realize that they're right in their horrible,
Yeah.
nasty way, or whatever, But I think it also grows you as a designer, because you sometimes, if you're not critical of your own work, you're just thinking you put out awesome stuff. You're not really growing.
Yeah,
It's true. It's
So-
true.
definitely.
So if you're in the workroom, now this is a competition. Everyone's friends, but it's still a competition. And you see someone working on a garment and it's not that hot. Do you tell them as a friend, or do you not tell them as a competitor?
I don't tell them unless they ask me. Like, I'm not
Okay.
gonna just go up to someone's work and be like, your work sucks.
No,
like,
not your
I'm
work
not
sucks.
gonna,
But you know what I'm saying? Like, do you offer, hey, you know what you can do, or do you just say, you know what, this is a competition?
I usually don't have time, but
Right,
like
okay.
I'll look at other people's looks and they will ask me in the interviews, and I'll just tell them like my opinions of the looks. But you know, I'm not gonna go up to their look and be like, I think you should change this color because like it's my opinion, right? It's their look.
And it wasn't asked for.
Yeah, it wasn't asked
I
for.
get it.
But if their look is like amazing, I'm gonna go up to them and be like, your look's hot. Like I wish I could have done that.
Yeah.
So only if it's positive.
Right.
Because I've seen designers help each other in the showroom before, kind of like, let me help you make this better. But then I'm wondering, like, is that good for competition?
Exactly.
I personally always think, like, if you're competing with yourself, that's the best thing. And if you're helping somebody else in the meantime, that shows what type of person you are.
Yeah.
Because if you can help someone else and still win, that means a lot.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So-
Definitely.
And they're probably going to help you at some point, too. And it's all, you know.
I would totally be the helper.
You have to work
I would
on,
be the
on
helper.
teams sometimes, too.
I'll
be
make those
like-
pants for you.
Not make them for you, but I think I would just be so encouraging and just.
Yeah, like you can do it when they're like crying.
I'm not super competitive. I probably would lose just for that reason. I would help somebody else win.
Maybe you just focus on your own work and you do a good job. I mean, you don't have to be competitive, you know.
You don't
per
have
se.
to like try to.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we decided we were gonna, me and you, Carmen, we're gonna sketch into this this
challenge.
firefighter client challenge. So when you guys, so you're in the workroom and the fire alarm goes off. Are you thinking like this is totally set up, or are you like no, it's not?
No, we knew it was set up because all of a sudden they're like camera people and they're just like totally calm and like.
Right.
It's just like a alarm. We're just like, what's happening?
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys go outside and a fire truck shows up and you're like, oh my gosh, don't want to do menswear.
Yeah, when the fire, I'm just like, please be women, please be women.
Right.
Which I think you should try menswear in your free time.
I
think
do
you'd be
wanna
good.
try it.
Your structure is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try it. I did it while I was on the show.
Not on Project Runway.
Right, yeah, like not on Project Runway. So when I saw them, I was like, I hope the guy likes kilts, because that's all he's going to get. Yeah. Like a skirt.
On a date. Date
kilt.
Yeah, yeah,
Right
exactly.
on.
Kilt.
So we have Milton Mattis. He's executive VP of Barcel, who makes Takis, the little fire
Takis,
Cheeto
yeah,
chip
yeah.
things. I've never had those.
They're really good.
Okay.
They are good.
Maybe I'll have to try
I got
them.
sick of them because we ate so much, but they're really good. Yeah.
You're like working, you're like, my stomach's burning.
Right.
It was really, yeah.
So the challenge is to make a date night look actually for the firefighter's significant other. So that's a relief. You get 20 minutes with the client, which is nothing,
It's not. It's really not.
and 30 minutes in mini mood, like we mentioned. So let's look at our sketches. This is my little sketch, and I just couldn't get the red thing out of, like the red fire truck
That's
thing
hot.
out
I
of
like
my
that.
head. And I was gonna do like little swatches, but I don't know. I feel like this would just be like a matte red dress with like shiny red bits on it, you know?
Yes. Are those the panels?
Yeah.
Are they like latex or something bomb?
Yeah, like vinyl or something.
Or like leather even?
Yeah, or leather would be
Ooh.
great.
Leather.
Yeah, leather would
I
be
love
awesome.
it. And like red on red, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love colors on colors.
That's how you should make that.
I was sketching it this morning. I was like, I kind of really like this.
Yes.
So maybe I will make it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your sketch, Carmen.
Okay, listen. I'm Project Runway Junior too.
No,
I don't really.
great.
Okay, so
I like the
listen.
top.
Okay, so my idea was I couldn't get the oversized coat out of my head from a firefighter, and it doesn't mean that.
Oh yeah, that it has
just
to be
because your
literal.
man is a firefighter that you have to wear oversized clothes that match his on a date, right? And then on date nights, we know that you can dress up or dress down depending on where you're going. So this is like a swing coat that kind of it's a coat dress that crisscrosses in the front and kind of falls off the shoulders,
Yeah.
or you can open it and wear it as a coat and put jeans or something under it and maybe a pump.
I love that neckline.
And
Yeah,
then this
off
is like,
shoulder.
these little petals are like crystal
Oh,
flowers, because you know I do a lot
yeah.
of embellishing. So these
Yeah.
are like crystal flowers on the shoulders.
I
going
love
down,
it.
so.
I think it's awesome.
That's my swing coat
Yeah.
dress.
I love that you can dress it up or dress it down too, because I'd wear it with
Right.
like black jeans or
I would
something.
I
you
would
know?
wear it with jeans and pumps.
Yeah.
That would be my thing. So
Right on, right on.
That's
Let's
it.
take a look at Chelsea's sketch.
Oh no. 20 minutes.
Here's your look and your sketch. They didn't really,
No, my sketch is really faint because I was just like talking to her and then she was like, I want to dress, and I was like, okay. But I was like looking the other way and sketching.
that dress is badass.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, it is.
Have you ever like worked with a client before that you had to
No.
kind of make them happy?
No, other than my dad, no. So when she came in and I was like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? It went really well though, because the consultation was kind of just like, I was like, tell me about yourself, and then she was like, well, I have like 1,500 animals, and I was like, oh, okay. And then because I was like, let's do a cat, because I knew how to do like the seam. I was like, I can do this. I can make something like that. And so we kind of just made a cat for her.
That's
on
awesome.
her chest. Yeah, I was like, she can be Catwoman, and her husband loved it. Her husband was like, that's hot. So.
That is awesome.
I love black and white anything. Like, I
Yeah.
love to see black and white. So this is really striking to me. I like
Thank
it a
you.
lot. And I like the length. I like that her knee is showing on one side and that the other side is more elegant and draped.
Yeah.
I think women
Right.
always feel like better or more feminine when there's like some movement going on. They can swish it around and yeah.
Feel powerful, feel like pretty.
But it's I also like it's kind of like the high low, but a take on it where it's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I just love the kitty cat idea.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's not super literal either, where it's like overly
Right, where it's
cute
not like
and
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I think it's awesome.
You have to really like look at it.
Let's take a look at the front and back too, so we can see it walking. Was the runway really pink? Because all the photos that I saved, it was like pink from this episode.
I know, I didn't realize, when I looked at it, I was like, why are all the backgrounds pink? I don't think it was pink when I was there,
No.
but apparently it was, because I doubt they would put a pink filter on it.
I thought maybe just for because it wasn't the regular mod. I don't know.
Maybe that's
I don't
supposed to
know.
be red, like firefighter red.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We don't know what that
Like
is. but
fiery
whatever.
hotness.
Yeah.
No idea.
Cool. Let's take a look at the next look real quick. Okay, and this was Allie.
Allie's. She went home this episode.
I really liked it though. I mean, not every woman wants to be super dressed up.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
You know, and like this could be like a lunch date.
Yeah.
That's true, that's
It
true.
fits her and it looks really good on her, but I always go back to saying that it's Project Runway. Like, you know, they teeter on that line of, are you a dressmaker or are you a designer?
But I feel like this is designed. It's just more laid back. Like the stripes under the floral, I think is cool. Maybe it's not as runway, you know, because it's more like a little more casual. But I still think like
My thing, if I could just give one piece of advice, I know the show is probably taped and over, but keep it runway. Like keep it just above regular. Like
Yeah.
don't make a regular piece ever. Like that's because it has to impact us from 40, 50 feet away.
right.
Like
right.
it has to jump out at you and stick in your brain. So like even though this is a beautiful piece and it's wearable and everything, you are on Project Runway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta put on a show.
Yeah, you have to put on a show and with each garment.
And I also think like we're halfway through now.
Right.
We're sifting through people. At this point, you can't just make something safe and pretty and
Right.
cute.
Right, yeah,
It's still
that
good,
doesn't
but
work.
it's
Right.
like if everybody else is better than you,
Right.
more showy.
But I love this
more impact than
floral piece.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I liked it a lot. It's just sad. It's like you were saying. Everybody, you know, it's every challenge. Somebody has to go home.
Right, like it's inevitable, but
So-
yeah, I really love this a lot more actually on TV, because the thing is, I'm not a huge print person, but on the show I wasn't. But then since then, I've actually grown to love and really appreciate prints, because you know I was trying to do a print look and I was like, this is horrible, this is hard, and, you know, like I really love prints now. Like I probably still wouldn't wear them, but you know, I'm looking back on this episode and I'm like, I really love Allie's look, and I was like really sad when she left, and I'm kind of just thinking though, but you know, someone has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone has to go.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. This was Cartier.
Booty, booty, booty.
Yes. She
Spicy.
worked
Sexy.
with a red neoprene, even though she doesn't. You know, she said she doesn't normally use
Yeah,
neoprene.
she doesn't.
And it is really a bombshell dress.
It is a bombshell dress.
And so in the workroom, she's kind of showing the client this dress, and it's just kind of, it's really looks
Simple.
awesome, but it's
Simple.
simple.
Yeah.
So the client and Tim are like, why don't you flip it inside out? You have all the, you know, the
Right,
cuts,
the cuts.
for on the seams, and you don't have any fraying because it's neoprene. So she ends up flipping it inside out, and it's really interesting.
I personally really, this is one of my favorite looks from her, because she was like, you know, I don't usually do this stuff, but then she pushed herself, and I really love it when people push themselves. I
Yeah.
just think it's so like encouraging and fun to watch, and so I think she did really good this episode. I was stoked about her look when I saw it.
Well, in fact, she won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
the
won,
dress
so-
is super sexy.
It is, and I think
It's
that
super
little
sexy.
detail of flipping the seams inside out really made it, because otherwise it could have gone home potentially just because it was so plain.
Exactly.
But yeah, I agree. I think when you push yourself to try new things, you can learn, like same what I was saying to you about menswear.
Yeah.
In school, they don't even like teach you about menswear.
They don't.
Not any school I've been to. They don't do it. Maybe one class or something. So when I started working at the company I was at, nobody wanted to do menswear. It was all women working there. They threw it on me, and I was like, okay, whatever. I tried it, and I really liked it.
Nice.
Oh.
And so I learned something I didn't know I was good at or I enjoyed doing. So I think it's always good to push yourself, whether it's menswear or children's or yeah, for sure.
You'll learn, my dear, as time goes on.
Let's take a look at our next look. I believe this is Chris.
Chris's.
Yeah, and Chris kind of did something different too because he was,
He did not use prints.
right. His client was kind of like, I hate prints, and he was like, what do I do? So he found a kind of a burgundy lace that he made a dress out of, and then kind of like a brown leather jacket, which I think was cute. It's just a little subdued for the runway.
I thought it was like, I didn't think it was bad or anything. I just think it wasn't Chris. And so like if you saw it walking down the runway, you would never guess it was him.
Yeah, and they said that. Tim said that.
Yeah.
What would make this yours?
Yeah.
Like, how will we know this is you?
But he's probably also working with a client for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot more difficult.
And it's important to make your client happy. Yeah.
It's a great learning experience.
If you don't make your client happy, you're in trouble.
Right.
Like, it can look you all you want, but
Right.
yeah, they're not going to pay for it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the entire business.
But I think he made a good effort towards it, and he's safe, so we're happy. And then the next look, Hawa.
Lit.
And I loved this.
I really like
love
this
it.
look.
I can't believe this wasn't on top
This should have
too.
won.
Yeah.
Just like her last dress could. You know, her last dress was really good as well. The colorful one.
Yeah. For me, when
this
it
is
came
everything.
out, yeah, I was just like, it's covered in the front, and it's kind of a blue, like, long sleeve top,
Yeah.
and with a yellow and black print on the skirt, and then she turns around and it's kind of like open back.
It's
I really love this
crazy.
look.
I loved it too. I
could
felt
be-
like that feeling when you see something come out on the runway
Yeah,
and
you're
you're
just
excited.
like, I like that.
It could be in a
Totally.
boutique right now on
Oh yeah,
Melrose.
totally.
Totally.
Wow, we
And
love
this
you.
is a yeah.
How was my mom?
Really.
Yeah.
She got a little. She still keeps that modesty, like the long sleeves.
Yeah, I think it makes a really good balance because we do have like the open back somewhat,
Right.
but the front is totally covered.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she shows a little leg.
Business
You know?
in the front, party in the
There you
back.
go.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's take a look at our next runway look.
Ooh, Izzy.
So, this to me was really the one to go home.
It's just not that flattering.
The flattering
yeah,
part,
yeah.
It's
it
just
bothers
not
me
that
because I
flattering.
think she gave the client what she wanted, and even though she felt good in it, I think the proportions. It's always harder. You know, you're used to working with a dress form or whatever, but it's not the same when you have to work with a woman with different proportions.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult.
You have to use different techniques to flatter their body, and I think if she would have dropped the neck a little bit, it doesn't have to be like super cleavage, but I think if she would have dropped the neck a little bit, and maybe cinched the waist in more at the waist, it would have given her more of a figure, because I think the flowiness and the fabric was fine,
Right.
and she looked good in the colors.
Just more
But-
more skin around the neckline.
It just
more
kind of ended up
draping
looking a
here,
little
maybe.
frumpy, but I also congratulate her for trying to do something
It
a
reminds
little
me of a
different than her
siren.
client wanted. Yeah,
It reminds me of like the
Yeah, a little
siren.
bit.
You know,
'Cause of the
So-
prints,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like it's flashy.
but her client was happy.
Yeah, her client
Right.
was really happy. She was super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any more looks up there?
Oh,
This
Molly's.
one
I really liked her.
Yeah, I
Is
love
Molly?
it.
What type of fabric was this?
It was like a jersey, like a stretch jersey.
Okay, because it's like one of the only things I've seen on the runway that you can do all black, where I actually saw the contrast of the black and the black.
Oh yeah. Like I think one's like a really heavy like knit, and then the other is like a really like the really like stretchy tank top like
Okay.
knits. Yeah, like but they're both knits.
Yeah.
they're just
Oh,
really
I
wow.
love the movement in this piece.
Yeah, for sure. And
Love
I love
it.
that the skirt's removable.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because that's like a day to night look right there. You just take your work jacket off and put your little extra skirt on. But the judges, I felt like this should have been safe, and Hawa maybe should have been on top, because to me they're like, I love it, and I was like, but it's just like a princess themed dress, right?
With like a detachable like train.
Yeah,
So,
which was it was cool, but I was just like, I guess I wasn't as excited as the judges were.
The train did it for me.
Yeah, the train's cool.
I like trains, and yeah, as evident
It
of
was
my
edge.
fifth episode look.
Yeah. I mean, it was very flattering as well, but I didn't feel as excited when I first saw it come out as the judges kind of let on that they did. I think we have a one more look.
Oh,
This
and then
one
Tyler's.
is Tyler's Pepto-Bismol dress.
Yeah, I really like this color. I just like saw it and I was like, that's a pretty color.
You know, it's so fitted, but the color kind of gives it the femininity.
Yeah.
It's classy.
It's just like really sweet and feminine.
Yeah.
And it's like excellent. It's like the execution's on
Made
point.
it
It's
so
great.
well. Yeah, it's so well made.
But this to me was the same exact dress that Cartier made.
It was.
Yeah, except it was just like, you know, didn't have the seams on the outside.
Yeah. And you can tell that it's like expertly constructed.
Yes, that's
it's
what you can
like
tell.
Perfect, but there wasn't a whole lot of interest.
It's underwhelming.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me super excited.
But you can tell that he's a master.
You can tell that he can really
At sewing.
sew. Like
yeah,
he's a true
he's
tailor.
helped me a couple times. He's yeah.
It seems like he has I don't know what he's like if he does just private clients or whatever, but on his Instagram he has just like all Renaissance
he has
looks
like
and
private clients and everything. Yeah.
And how old is he? 16?
He's 16. He might be
That's-
17.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
older than
he's really,
crazy.
he's been doing this for a long time. He's really good.
Probably since he was like 5.
Yeah,
Probably because my
Probably.
family, someone in his family has to be a designer. I wonder.
Or maybe even a tailor. I mean,
Yeah, Taylor.
I'm not sure.
it is intense.
Yeah,
it's
it's really good.
He's
It's
really
just-
educated.
yes.
Yeah.
But I like the dress.
I would wear it. It's cute.
Yeah, it's totally cute. But
I think it could have been a little shorter, or maybe a little more
like
what's the word?
structured.
Yeah, like not as A-line.
more hourglass.
Yeah,
on
more
the bottom.
hourglass.
yeah.
More fitted at the bottom.
Yeah. I wish he would have just like added some detail, like embellishment or
Right.
something on the top or the seams or the just anything, because it was just so plain.
Yeah, it was really simple. I think it was beautiful. I mean, I think it's the same thing as Molly, though, too, where it's just like it's really beautifully made. They look great.
Yes.
But it's like a bit more on the simple side.
Yep.
But it's
That's
really
exactly how I
hard when you
feel.
have like 10 hours.
Yeah,
So
it's
Exactly.
crazy.
I get it. And did you guys like when Mini Mood comes? Do they have trims and stuff?
They have really ugly trims. Like nobody uses the trims because they have like ugly fringe, ugly sequins, ugly lace.
Oh no.
Well, okay, the lace wasn't that bad, but like everything else was like you didn't want to use it.
Yeah, for sure. I had a question actually. You know, normally on Project Runway, at the end, the designers go to Fashion Week. Do they say on the? Because I keep watching, but I keep missing it. And if you can't tell me, that's cool. But do you guys have? You obviously have a finale, but you don't go to Fashion Week, right?
Wait, am I allowed to tell you this? Wait, am I allowed to tell you this stuff? I don't. No. Actually, I can because they like air it on the episodes later. But the thing is, so we missed. No. It's just about where you show it because we missed. I think we missed Fashion Week. We still got to like this finalists still got to show.
Okay.
But it was like in a separate event. It wasn't
Okay.
Fashion Week.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Because we're looking forward to that. Because I feel like, as a teenager, if you got to show at
Right.
Fashion Week, that'd be like
That's incredible.
It is.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
That would be like the
that's
height of
the
life
dream.
at 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
sure.
So you have
For sure.
ChelseaMa.com.
ChelseaMa.com.
What else is up for you? What's up next?
After that, well, everything's gonna be posted. I'm gonna start my blog. I'm gonna actually do
Good.
what I said I would do, and then I'm actually thinking of starting a YouTube channel.
I think you should.
Yeah, a YouTube channel. I'm just gonna I want to do like react videos. To
Okay.
my videos. Me and
I
Chris are
love
thinking
it.
of doing like react videos to ourselves and just like completely trashing ourselves on TV.
Oh.
And then I also want to do. I'm actually really into music, so I want to do like
Nice.
covers and like songs and stuff.
You should.
Yeah.
Yes. Chase
think I
all of your
should.
dreams, doll.
Yes, I
Yes.
think I should.
For sure. So, ChelseaMa.com, and where can we find you on social media?
So Instagram, you can find me at Chelsea_Ma, Twitter, Chelsea_Ma, and then Facebook, Chelsea_Ma, I think.
And you're gonna have T-shirts for sale next week.
Yes.
Okay, 'cause I'm
Yes.
gonna buy one.
Yes, I will too. I want a
will
sweatshirt.
give you one. I'll just like hand it to you, be like, here, take it, wear it on
Awesome.
AfterBuzz TV.
Girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and Carmen,
Yes.
where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Carmen Cameron or Facebook.
And
Carmen
you guys
Cameron.
can find me at Uberreste on Instagram and Twitter. And my website is michelleUberreste.com. we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.